guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be getting into some more Better with Mods. So I hope you guys are ready. So getting started today, I've done quite a bit, or you can say a little bit off camera. We're going to be going to the Beneath today, and I went ahead and made myself a little set of armor. This is going to give us a bit of protection, because this dimension is going to be awful. Now, we can also utilize some of the easy to do ceremonies before we go in here as well. That is probably going to help us out. We can get like strength and stuff. I also went ahead and put some animals over here, carved out a little bit of an area, and this really helped. This gave us haste 3. Yeah, to go ahead and mine this out. It doesn't have the greatest range, but it can get the job done. As you can see, it can support 5 totems on top. That'll give you the max haste, or the max version, which would be 3, and this would be considered the 6th. So yeah, it only supports 6 tall, which I guess the base is counted in that number. So just a quick little fact about bronze and how it was actually used in real life. The ancient Greek apparently used it in their military, but the thing was, it was quite inferior to steel, and when steel and bronze would actually meet together, they would sort of just bite into one another, or steel would kind of bite into the bronze. And that would be kind of a sticky situation. Also, before we leave, I probably want to take some of this leather and use it to make a simple backpack. And I think we can dye the backpack any color. So let's see, I'm going to take an orange, and let's go ahead and apply some orange to that bag. Why not decorate it? You know, that's something we can do. Look at that, we got some nice storage now. That's going to be really handy. So I recommend sort of doing this with your backpack. You can put it inside of this slot here, and if you hit B, you can actually open it up, but you do have to configure and remove all the other stuff that B sort of takes over. Like journey map. Journey map, I think, causes conflict. So I did go in and kind of fix those key conflicts. So I believe at this point we're fully kitted up and ready to take on this dimension. So let's go ahead and do this. Oh man, I didn't know what to expect, but yeah, this is actually kind of what I expected. Just a little bit. Like, I kind of expected this. It is going to be really dark in this dimension, as you can see. Super dark. Tons of mobs. Oh boy. So what I can actually do here is we can open up our inventory. I'm going to place a couple of drums here. Also grab out 2 pieces of the logs. Let's go ahead and make ourselves just a mini statue here. I don't even know what to give this. Like, we can do anything, I guess. I mean, Enderman would give us sight, so I might do Enderman. That might actually work. Bat would give us a little bit of extra flight. Anyways, let's go ahead and switch this over. I'm going to do Enderman. That should give us night vision, even though I don't think night vision is going... Oh, yeah, night vision really helps. Wow. Okay. So yeah, we can see a lot clearer. As you can see, the shaders are disabled in this dimension. Now, that's good. That's a good thing. That means that this was intentionally disabled in this dimension because they don't work in this dimension. So it's good that this automatically switches for me. I don't have to go in and do all this myself by creating a folder and blah, blah, blah. It's a big mess when you get into shaders, but I'm actually glad that it was already pre-configured that way. That's really nice. All right, so let's do this. I want to give myself the war dance, so I need to shift right click here and here. And just go back and forth. Hopefully we have enough to be able to give ourselves the war dance. Yeah, it ran out. So we're actually not even going to be able to use this because I forgot to bring the shaker. Okay, so I just come back with the shaker. And we're gonna try this again. Oh yeah, that should work way faster. Look at there. And war dance. Okay, so that's going to give us strength 2 and speed 2, which are 2 effects that honestly we probably need. Now, I don't have a marker to know where our base is here, like where we're actually located. So it's kind of dangerous. I do have this, and I do have a backup. Well, this is going to be pretty dangerous to leave this location. We have like no way of really knowing exactly where we're at. And also, I think when we fly around this dimension, like, things are going to be, I mean, we're probably going to take damage. Like, I hope not. I think this is probably the closest island over here, but honestly, this one down here is also, you know, relatively safe. Safe. That is the key word. Oh man, I don't know. I mean, we can just go down here and try to fight off all these mobs. The skeletons don't have bows, so we should be relatively safe and hopefully be able to fend most of these guys off. But I see us getting overwhelmed fairly quickly if I'm not careful. Also, we definitely want to try our best to light the areas up if we can. Oh, this is going to get rough really quick. Did you see that? That guy just spawned and it had no problem spawning. All right, let's try and light this up and try and pull, like, what would you call this? I would call it like pulling a zombie, a Call of Duty Zombies, where you just try and jump as much as possible. Whew. Okay. Yep. Creeper. No. Oh, man. This is bad. This whole area is bad. I don't like this place. I don't like this place at all. I wonder if like us just going and flying would make this a little bit better. Yep. Oh boy. Let's try flying. Oh no. Woo! Oh man. Let's see if we can get these guys to despawn. Oh. Do we take damage while we're flying? Like, I hope not. Because that would be awfully bad. And I'm hoping we get another gust soon. I'm seeing ore though. That's good. That's the ore we actually need right there. Man, that's rough. So unlike these other islands, on this main island here, I'm not seeing the ore generating like it is on these other islands. So I'm wondering if I like say light this area up. Let me go ahead and light this up as best I can without dying. Much like we did the other area. Whew! Oh boy, creepers. Oh, there's so much stuff going on here. The noises, everything. Oh, this is just not good. This is not good. Oh, quit. No, that creeper's gonna kill me. The last thing I need to do is die. Okay. Whew. Okay, so now that we've got that island lit up, maybe we can go after it and things not kill us. And we do have this place. Now I'm seeing still things spawning, but it's gonna be a little bit easier to control. And if we hit F7, we can of course see where they're spawning at and how we can actually fix those spawning issues. I do have more torches as well, so this isn't all the torches I have. So we should be okay. Now these mobs are going to have more health than normal, so you need to keep that in mind as you're fighting them. I think maybe the axe is probably going to be one of the better things. No, I think the sword seems to be doing a pretty decent job. These guys have armor on. Oh, man. Yeah, once we get these guys killed, I don't think there's any room for them to spawn anymore, at least on this island. And I do want to check and just make sure that there's not anything on this main island that's directly underneath this one. There should be. And I'm also noticing that all of the ore types that I'm going to need are on the islands themselves. So unlike how this used to be in the other version of SevTech, is we had a normal dimension like this, and the roof was very weird. So the roof contained your starlight metal or star metal from Astral Sorcery, or not star metal, aquamarine, and then the Actual Edition's quartz that was actually found like on the ground level, but it does seem like it's on both levels. So that's kind of a nicety that we have in this pack. So yeah, I was walking around with the dowsing rod and I'm not really finding anything. Nothing's really showing up, and I'm pretty sure this ore should show up. I think. I didn't see, like when I circled, I didn't see any like I seen in the other one. So maybe that's just something that's to do with where we kind of spawned here. But let's see. Yeah, I'm not finding anything. So we're probably going to need to finish torching up the rest of this area and use that, because I do see the ore down there. I think this shadow is having some issues. Oh no! Oh, if that didn't jump scare you, I have no idea what would. Wow, okay. Leave that guy alone. I don't think he has anywhere to go, is why he's so mad. I don't blame him though. Like he has nowhere to go. Get up out of here. So the dowsing rod definitely does detect the ore. As you can see, it's finding ore like right here. So that's where we're gonna start mining. So our first ore that we can gather is going to be aquamarine ore. Look at that. Oh, I like that it's sort of textured in that manner that there's a rod that disperses light. And that's kind of cool. Those were, yeah, these are like textured like that. Oh, that's from Content Tweaker, yeah. It makes it look like the version that is almost see-through. I don't know. There's a rod from Astral Sorcery, kind of a spoiler, but there's a rod from Astral Sorcery that can turn pretty much any normal block into a light source block. Also, we just got ourselves some black quartz. That's what we're going to need to kind of get through today, as we're going to be diving in to Better with Mods. After coming back from that, I have quite a bit of stuff, as you can see. Look at this. Yeah, we ended up getting a lot of the quartz from Actual Editions, and quite a bit of the Astral Sorcery stuff as well. Wow, okay. Now, we do need to grind this stuff up. I'm going to keep some of the ore for now, but yeah, we do need to grind just a little bit of it up. Now that we're back, we have all of our stuff. Let's get into Better with Mods. And to get started with that, well, we're going to need some stuff that's going to take a little bit of time. We have an unfired clay bowl. I'm going to make a couple of these. I think 2 should be good. They are pretty slow. I'm going to go ahead and throw those in. Those are going to get fired up, and that's actually going to make a cauldron. But a cauldron does need a way to, like, cook underneath. Also, let's go ahead and grab our quartz as well. There we go. Also, I have the quartz cooking in here. So, now that we have this, we have our quartz, we have our cauldrons that should be cooking up. I think I need a couple of logs because we're going to need some fire. That is, of course, going to need to burn forever. And we don't have netherrack still, so we still need to cook these down. But once these are done, we should be able to set this up for some automation. Now, I don't want to do this in my base, as it's mostly wood, so we definitely want to find somewhere else to do this, and probably go along the side of our island. I think that'll probably be a good option. Now that I think about it, I think this little area right here would be a good spot for this, so let's go ahead and put our low-grade charcoal down here. Oh yeah, that's right, it needs to go down one further, at least if I want to keep it at a reasonable height. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and bring this down one more. Always forget that fire's got to be that middle block, even though it's not a block. You always forget that it's actually a block. Okay, and we'll place this in our hands. That's one lit. There's the other one lit, and hopefully this doesn't catch this fence on fire. That'd be unfortunate. So now that this is here, we have our cauldrons ready to go, and yeah, we need to make some glue. So what better material to make glue with than yeah. I'll just let that simmer for a bit. Man, the joys of breeding these incredibly beautiful creatures. Yeah, I mean, they're so majestic. So I pretty much have a lot of crafting to do. We need to craft ourselves, for one, a saw, which you may not notice that right off the bat, but in order to craft the turntable, you do need some kind of siding, or yeah, you're going to need this siding right here, and you can only get that one way, and that's with a saw. So if you click on it, you're going to see that a saw is required. So it's implied that it is needed. And as you can see, there's a bunch of gears that we're going to need for different things. We're also going to need a bunch of other stuff. So let me kind of go through what we're going to need. Definitely a water wheel. This is going to power everything from the start. It's honestly a great way to power something, as it's free power. And then we're going to need a few gearboxes. We're going to need a few wooden axles, a turntable, and also a saw. But first, before we can make the turntable, of course, we have to make this saw. So let's get all the stuff made up. It's not too bad. You might think you need a slime ball for this, but really you just need the glue that we made earlier. And yeah, we're going to need to make enough to make this. So really just 8, and we should have enough to make a water wheel. Now, as far as the crafting for the gears go, it's pretty straightforward, except for we no longer need buffalo teeth. So no longer do we need to sacrifice buffaloes in order to get a wooden gear. We can now just use some sticks, regular wood. I don't know if it has to be specifically birch. No, any type of wood, as you can see, except any plank wood. And yeah, we use that glue again. So really, it's not too bad anymore. We should be able to easily now get into some more Better with Mods. Of course, one thing that I have to do is I need to grind up some of this hemp that I've been farming for quite a while. I knew it was going to come up. Better with Mods really does utilize this. And yeah, so now I have to grind some down. And, you know, I'll just eat while I'm doing this. We don't need to do it for very long. So only worry about getting enough to get yourself an axle. Once you have yourself an axle, I think this is going to be a little bit better. Actually, we might need a couple axles. I think 2 should do it in order to get at least this thing up and running. So the water wheel from Better with Mods is quite large, and it is going to need some flowing water. So I'm going to go ahead and get the flowing water going. We have water source over here, so you really need to definitely find a water source just like this. And I'm going to utilize this flowing water source right here, I think, or I could use this one. It really doesn't matter so long as there is a flowing source. Now, this block is actually 5 by 5 in size. Yeah, it's quite large. So what we need to do is we need to find a space that will accommodate this. And right here should do the job. And keep in mind, this is also 5 blocks tall. So 1, 2, 3. This will be the middle point of the water wheel. So if we click this on here, it should work. Now, I am, however, going to need to put an axle in here and click it onto an axle. And then you can see it just starts to spin. It's just on its own. It's just floating, just doing its thing, just chilling. Right? And we can use this to power other things, like right away. So right away we can slap a gearbox on it. Now the gearbox is turned the wrong way. We can use an empty hand and hold shift to move it. And we want this edge right here to be facing the right way. Just like that. Now we should be able to attach just about anything to it in order to get this thing turning. I want to place the mill on it as soon as possible. And right now, I think I can go ahead and get the mill set up so I can start making more axles, because all I need to make axles is more of the hemp fibers, and that's what's taking the longest, because I got to do it by hand. So I could just be doing other things while I let this thing go. So let's see if we can't get it hooked up and try out our first thing we can do with Better with Mods. Now, as I discovered before, we do have to have an area that is a little bit cleared out in order for the mill to want to work, because the mill is kind of finicky. So right here, this should be enough, as this shouldn't be considered a block for the mill to work. And it actually kind of works out. So all I got to do to get this to work is to slap a axle in here, and as you can see, it starts grinding. So all I got to do is throw the hemp in, and it's just going to start spitting the hemp all over the place. But luckily, with the water flowing this way, it'll either end up over here or just end up on the ground. And we can just walk up and pick it up. I think that's going to be the best case. Look at that right there. Now you can always use hoppers down here or something like that to collect it. Not worried about that just yet. We'll have a better way of collecting it soon enough. So having it spit out on the ground, I can just go over and pick it up. There's not going to be that much going on the ground. So next, let's go ahead and make our saw. This is very simple. And this is going to lead us into the turntable, which, in my opinion, is even simpler to make. Yep. We're going to be able to get this thing before we know it. I think I can already just grasp some of the items, or grab some of the items here, and go ahead and get the last bit made up. I think I have just enough. Yeah, I made just enough plates for everything. Nice. So yeah, we have everything we need for this, minus the wood, which we are about to get right now. Let's head on over, and we're going to go ahead and just immediately place this. I mean, this thing is ready to go right now. Look at all this. Look at all this, by the way, man. We have so much stuff over here. All right. So, saw. Bam. It's ready to go. And then all we got to do is hit it with some wood. And there we go. And that's all we need. Literally just that right there. It split that into siding. And that's more than enough. That's more than we need. Let's go ahead and take this down here and go ahead and make our turntable. Yeah. And there we go. Turntable done. And that right there is almost it for this top section. We need to go ahead and make ourselves a bucket. So to do that, let's take a look at what we need. We're going to need a little bit of clay, turn this into some blocks. Oh yeah, that's right. To turn this into blocks, we need to use our press. So let's go ahead and press some things up. We got some pressing matters ahead of us. There we go. This guy's going to do some work, and we're going to get this going. Let's go ahead and get this hooked up, though, for right now. And by the way, you don't have to, with the water wheel, you don't have to worry about really anything. The windmills, you have a lot more to worry about. You have to worry about your gearboxes breaking, and if a bad weather comes in. So if bad weather comes in and you have a windmill, your gearbox can break. In this case, you don't have to worry about anything. It's pretty simple, and it's going to go the same speed regardless of what you are using to power it. So in order to simplify things here, I'm going to actually break this block. We're going to go down a little bit lower. And what we're going to set up is a very simple gearbox solution. All right, right here. Let me go ahead and see if I can't turn this. As you can see, I did kill a buffalo. All right, let's move that. You need an empty hand. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm going to shift until I see that. That way we can go ahead and add our axles. There we go. That's going to be turning. We're going to get this placed over here. I'm going to go ahead and apply another axle or another gearbox. Get that turned. There we go. And then place this here, allowing us to power it from the bottom. Some of these blocks can only be powered from certain parts. Like this can be powered from the top and bottom. This one can't be powered from the top. It can be powered from the bottom only. It can't be powered from the sides either. So there are certain ways you can power things. Even the saw, it can only be powered from the bottom, this part, but it can rotate just like you see here. All right, so we do have our clay blocks, but I'm going to show you what those are used for here in a minute. What we need to really make is just this right here. A couple of these. We can make a few. And I think that's just about it. Let me go ahead and grab that. Dump the rest of that out. All right. So now that we have this, of course, it's got to be dark. We should be able to do a couple things. I'm going to place a regular piece of clay on here and show you what a clay block will do. This is how we're actually going to get most of the items from Better with Mods. You can see it's unfired crucible. Let it keep going. You can also tick the speed up here to make it slower, or you can tick it to make it go the fastest, which is this one. This is a planter. Then it switches to a vase. Yes. And then it switches to an unfamiliar item, which that's an urn, or will eventually be a soul urn. All right, that's not what we need, though. We need this. Apparently, this turns into a bucket. There we go. Look at that. So, that's exactly what I need to make. Let me go ahead and keep making them. And what we're going to do is we're going to just cook these because they're just unfired clay buckets. If we do that, we can then move water. That's going to be so nice. And just like that, we have ourselves a bucket. And yeah, we're going to have ourselves a few buckets because overall, we're probably going to need more than one. I almost guarantee that. So today, of course, I want to give a huge thanks to my Patreon of the day. And let's give a thanks to that. If I can spell thanks right today. Thanks, and that's going to go to Semexter. I hope I said that right. I think I did. Anyways, thank you so much for your kind and generous patronage. I really do appreciate it. Guys, if you want to be a Patreon yourself, there is some awesome perks that you do get for being a Patreon. I recommend checking it out. Link is down in the description below. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to click that subscribe button. Of course, if you also really enjoyed it, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. And of course, I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.